We're highlighting the lives of leading women in the Austin business scene through a series called Wednesday's Woman. And so we are thrilled today to have Lisa Pearson, CEO of Umbel, a fast-growing data company right here in Austin. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. Wednesday's Woman is my favorite segment.
It's really awesome.
It's an important one.
And I know you're speaking at the Texas Conference for Business Women.
I am.
Which is awesome.
I am. I'm super excited about it.
And you said you've never been before. So
I've never been before, and I'm honored to be speaking.
It is one of the best.
There's so many amazing people.
Yeah.
We've got Anita Hill, who's a political and cultural icon, Sheryl Sandberg, business luminary, and then Viola Davis, who's just Viola Davis.
I know, exactly.
Awesome.
I know. Well, and you have been in this tech industry. You have been in this tech industry for a long time, which is difficult for, I mean, we hear from a lot of women how tough it is to be in this industry. It's a male-dominated field. So how do you make a go of it as a woman?
Well, I'm so excited to be talking about how to be taken seriously in tech at the Texas Conference for Women with a couple of other panelists, because it is such an important issue. And I believe from a professional standpoint, it's time for women to rise. There are only 10% of our country's CEOs are actually women. McKinsey just did a survey, and 50% of men said they thought that seemed like a pretty acceptable statistic. And it's not. So it is time to start having that discussion over and over again until things change.
Is it difficult to be taken seriously because, I think traditionally we think of men as being the engineers and the brainchild of up-and-coming technology?
Yeah, I think it's really important to embrace a diversity of thought in any company. And one of the things that I found successful is, women represent most purchases made in the home. So thinking of myself as proxy for the customer is a really useful way to gain confidence in those conversations. And yeah, it can be difficult to be taken seriously, and women have to prove themselves more. They have to be more buttoned up. They have to be more professional. They have to be less emotional than men to be taken seriously. But I see a lot of women nailing it.
Mm-hmm. You're a mom yourself.
I am.
So are there things we can do as parents to help kind of guide our children in that conversation and start young?
Absolutely. I think the first thing is you can't be what you can't see. And so exposing your children to women leaders in all different industries and fields is a really important thing. It's a way for girls and boys to see that women can be anything they want to be. And I put as much attention and care into these conversations with my 12-year-old son as I do with my 13-year-old daughter. Because it's not a lady issue, it's not a girl issue. It's a cultural, systemic issue that both genders need to be committed to resolving.
Anything along your path that you would have done differently?
Oh my gosh, 1,000 things. How much time do we have? I think a biggie is, for a long time, I hope nobody noticed that I was a woman. And I really tried to downplay that professionally. I've always been in heavily male-dominated fields, and I can remember toddling down the hallway at my company, it felt like about 14 months pregnant, hoping that nobody noticed that I was having a baby. And I look back now and think, oh, well, that's sad. Why would I want to hide something that is such a beautiful life milestone? But it was just not a culture that was embracing of women. So I look back at those things and wish I had taken a firmer stance then,
I think we all
if
have
I
things
knew
we can
what
learn,
I
right?
knew now,
exactly.
for sure.
Well, we look forward to hearing you speak at the conference coming up in November. And I know it is sold out, but I'll be sure to post a lot of pictures of everybody, I promise.
It's sold out.
I know.
txconferenceforwomen.org is a great portal to go to for resources.
Yeah, and I think we're going to put some of those interviews and stuff up, so stay tuned for that.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being
I really
here.
appreciate it.
I appreciate you being here.